Yes, sure. Okay.
Okay.
Finally.
I think it's working now.
Ow.
Yeah. Bow, bow, bow.
Hello, Katie.
Okay. Finally, I managed to make it work. I'm sorry that the first link didn't work as it should have, but well, we made it work somehow. So, hi. I can see everything now. Welcome. How are you guys doing today? Everybody knitting? Everybody has their knitting out? Or crochet? Or just a drink? I have a drink. My favorite sparkling water. So I had gotten some requests to do this YouTube live hangout thing. And I was like, I don't want to do it alone. So I got Caritas to come and join me so I wouldn't be all alone. So yeah, it's good to have a buddy that knits and hangs out with her mom and doesn't find it that boring, even though I try to embarrass her whenever I can, because that's what you have to do when you have a 14-year-old in the house.
You don't have to.
Yes, you do.
If anyone has a 14-year-old, don't embarrass them. It's the worst.
Oh, Stephen is here.
Stephen, hi!
Hello, Stephen. We miss you.
Also miss you too.
Austria, Canada. Wow. There are a lot of people all over.
Yes, sir.
Yow.
Yeah.
Where's the cat?
I'm gonna go find him. Can I?
Maybe he's sleeping.
He's
so we should just let him. We should just let him sleep.
Okay.
Because otherwise he tries to ruin everything.
Misery. Ooh.
Look, your mom is so cool. You can't be embarrassed by her. Well, you would be surprised because
it's actually kind of
we do I do a lot of silly stuff all the time.
And say a lot of stupid things sometimes.
Well, it's just I don't really have a filter, so everything just kind of comes out, and sometimes that can be embarrassing. So yeah. So what's everybody working on today? What are you knitting on or crocheting on or whatever you have in your hands? Do you want to show what you're doing?
I'm doing this thing I've been doing for...
Caritas has been working on this for at least a year. She's a really slow knitter.
I've gone very far though.
Isn't it gonna be like a cowl? Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be a cowl. It's kind of a mix between me and her. I'm the yellow and she's the pink.
Mm-hmm.
So
I got 2 yellows and 1 pink.
Pink. Mm-hmm. And the yarn that she's using, this is
Camerouge.
It's called Snefnuk, which apparently means snowflake, I think. This is what she's using. So yeah. Oh, everybody's working on their second sleeve of something. So I'm working on socks. I'm doing this for a friend. And yesterday I sent him a photo and I was like, what color do you want for your heels and toes? And he was like, either gray or something that doesn't match. So of course I put in hot pink heel. So I did the heel yesterday and I'm just working on the on the gusset at the moment.
Somebody's in Spain.
Española!
I want to go to Spain.
Yeah, we can't travel, baby.
I know, but I want to go to Spain.
We will go
Not
to Spain
right now,
at some
probably.
point.
Yeah. And I want to go to.
So yeah.
Yeah.
This is the sock with the hot pink heel.
The amazing sock with the hot pink
Yeah.
heel.
Yeah, I didn't want to do gray, so
That's boring.
yeah. No gray for me. So also another thing that I've been working on, and I requested, well, I got a permission from Steven to share a little spoiler of a new pattern that's coming out in 3 days, I think, March 25th. And he is gonna organize a knit along. Can you say porcotillo? Porcotillo.
Porcodillo.
I don't know. I don't speak Italian, but I'm trying. Anyway, Steven said that I could share a photo. I could share a little sneak peek of a new design that's coming out in 3 days. It's called the Painting Bricks Shawl. And you might have seen a spoiler photo on Steven's live.
It's gonna be out on someone's birthday.
Mm-hmm. It's always someone's birthday.
I know, but it's special when something comes
Yow!
out on your birthday.
Steven says on Wednesday it's on Ravelry.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pattern update is sent April 3rd. Can I show all of it?
What? Steven! Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
Well, it's still on my needles. I haven't finished it, but this is it. No, okay. I'm gonna show it proper. You're gonna have to help me out.
Okay.
Just make sure that the
I know.
daughter of a knitter. God. Okay.
Where's it going?
This is the wrong side. Let's turn it around.
Is? Okay.
This is the right side. This is the Painting Bricks Shawl by Stephen West.
That's so cool.
And I am doing a fade for the main color. I'm using 4 different gray tones. And then I'm using a ton of leftovers from my triangle gram. So you can basically, yeah, all the same colors.
It's fine.
Anyway, I'm working on the border right now. There are a lot of stitches in the border, but it's gonna be so worth it. So I'm gonna show it to you a little bit better, since Steven said it was okay. I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit. Look at this. I love it. I love it so much. It's gonna be big and beautiful, and I can't wait to bind it off and block it and show it to you proper when I
wear it.
When I'm done. So no, Steven, you can't have it. It's mine. It's mine.
He needs it for photos, right?
No.
No? Okay.
Mm-mm. So this is one of the colors. This is from Vivid Wool. This is Nest by Ching Fibers. This is something that Steven gave me when he came from right back. Tweedy Todd. Ushitita. Ching. Ching. Vivid Wool. And yeah, so I'm doing so many scraps and leftovers for the contrast colors. And you can use as many or as few colors as you like. and it comes. The pattern is written both for fingering weight and for DK weight, if you want to slank it, as Steven says. And it's a lot of fun to knit. I started it last Friday, I think, when Steven was here. He was working on his version, and I was like, okay, I want to make that one. I was thinking about starting the Fantastitch shawl, which I also love. But Steven was like, no, this is newer. You have to start something like completely fresh and new. So yeah. How much does it need of yarn? Do you want me to show it again? Okay, it's right here.
MC.
I think if you look for Painting Bricks shawl on Ravelry, there's already some info on the project page. And I have a project page for it too. Relax, Lisa. I'm under pressure here. So I have a project page, and I was a really, really, really good knitter, and I weighed my yarn before and after every contrast row. So you can have, like, if you have like 2 grams of something or 3 grams, just like a tiny, tiny nugget, you can use it for the shawl. Use all the scraps. Okay, I'll show it again.
For a long amount of time.
Da, 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 da. Look at all the stitch markers on the bottom.
Someone said, how many stitch marks do you have there?
155,000.
Really?
No, I don't know.
I want to count them. Can I count them?
Yes, you can count them.
Yes.
Caritas is going to count the stitch markers.
So that you know before you start.
Yo. Here you go.
Very many loose ends. Wow.
Yeah, I know. You have to weave in all the ends.
Me? I don't know how to.
Okay. Why all the stitch markers? Because they're in the pattern. You don't really need them, but you know, Steven says to put them in to make things easier, and that's what I did. So yeah, I think Steven has done some photos for it, and the knit along is gonna start April 3rd. So yeah, join us. The name of it is Painting Bricks Shawl. Okay, I can participate in this chat too, so I'll just find the link and put it in the chat, okay? Here it is.
It has 66 stitch marks.
Markers. 66.
No, 60.
60.
Yes.
Okay.
That's. Yeah.
Here's the link.
I think you can pin it down so that it
No,
doesn't
it's
move.
fine. It's fine.
Okay.
We'll just leave it there.
Okay. So you will need very many stitch markers for this.
There's info on the project page on Ravelry. And I have made very specific notes about how much I've used for each color and which row I changed the colors. And yeah, so yeah.
You're
good.
welcome. Not 66, but 60.
60, not 66. So I'm guessing that most knitters have a lot of stitch markers. So anyway, that's the new knit along that's starting April 3rd.
Yes.
So mark your calendars, pick your yarn, play with your scraps, and have fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's taken me a little over a week to make, so yeah.
And you're not done. There's still some left, right?
I will probably finish today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Probably. I think so. Okay. I have another thing. I started a knit along in my Ravelry group. And the link to my Ravelry group, I will find it. Hang on. Hang on.
Hold your horses.
Here it is. Here's the link to my Ravelry group. I started a favorite things knit along or crochet along. And okay.
No,
No,
don't
wait.
take it, I want it.
Steven, look at this. It's Steven's favorite candy. So we're eating it. Anyway, I started a favorite things knit along in my Ravelry group. The rules are really, really, really simple. You just make your favorite thing. If it's socks, make a sock. No, make 2 socks. If it's mittens, make mittens. If it's a hat, make a hat. Like use your favorite pattern or your favorite yarn or something that you've wanted to do for a long, long, long time. Or use yarn from your favorite dyer, knit with your favorite color. Just your favorite anything. Knit for your favorite person, maybe. So I have finally decided what I'm gonna make for that knit along. I'm gonna make 2 things. The first thing, can you put, where's your pango?
What?
Pango, no, put it on.
I was hot.
Yeah, put it on for a little bit. Okay, I made a penguono for Caritas. What, 2 years ago or something?
I don't know.
2.5 years ago, maybe?
So, yeah.
So I made her a penguono. And I've wanted a penguono for myself for a really long time. I sometimes steal hers.
Yep. She's stolen it like 4 times or something.
This is her penguono. Can you lift yourself up a little bit?
Yes.
This is her penguono. It's awesome.
It is very pretty.
It's very pretty. It has sparkles and pom-poms and all the good stuff. And it's really, really soft and it looks like a unicorn because she is my unicorn.
Can I take it off?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. Over here.
So I am going to make a penguono for myself. Finally. And my mom is calling, so Caritas is going to talk to her on the phone. Anyway, I'm going to make myself a penguono. And I'm going to use all my favorite yarns. I'm going to use the leftover yarn that's going to be, from this beautiful thing. So I'm going to use all of those. All the little nuggets. I'm trying to finish them up. And those are basically all my favorite colors and all my favorite yarns. So, and then Suri by Ching. This is gonna be like the main fluffy stuffies for the penguono. And some Labiana May. And here I have the 3 grays that I've already used for the painting bricks shawl. I'm going to use these as well. And then I'm sure I'm going to add something to it, but this is basically what I have pulled out of my stash.
For your penguono?
For my penguono. For now. So this is what I have so far. But I'm sure I'm going to add a bunch of stuff to it. I'm going to add some mohair and probably more Suri pops. And yeah, all the little nuggets and all the fun things. And the second thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to send you another link because I'm fancy like that.
Oh God.
Where is it? This pattern is called Circus. And I showed it to my son who loves big colorful, crazy sweaters. So I'm gonna do this pattern for him. And before Stephen came, I asked him, like, do you have any scraps of West wool that I can have? Because I want to make this sweater.
Ow! Can you just ask me to hand it to you?
When you ask Stephen to bring you little nuggets of stuff, it's a dangerous thing. It's seriously a dangerous thing. I'm pulling a few out that I can't really show. But yeah, I asked for scraps of West wool. And this is what I got. So yeah, I'm gonna use all the colors for that crazy circus sweater because my boy loves color and he loves like funky old retro kind of things. So I'm totally gonna go crazy and use everything. And I can't wait. I'm gonna finish the painting brick shawl first, so everybody will have all the info. And then I'm gonna cast on that crazy sweater and the panguano. But look at this. They also gave me this. Some undercover otter. I love this. Really, really hot pink. And yeah, all the West wool. All the scraps and full skeins and like Are you making fun of my whip back, Stephen? Just a few things to keep me busy. I'm not giving it back. It's mine. It's mine now. Yeah, this one. Okay. Yeah. So, asking for scraps from Stephen, I thought I would get like the little nuggets that I love.
You thought wrong.
Nah. So, yes, those are all whip bags. No, you thought they were pillows. Well, I used this one as a pillow yesterday.
Yeah.
When we were watching a movie, I was like, it's really soft.
I used it the other day as well.
It's really soft.
Yes. And it doesn't have any needles in it. So
Yes, it has. It
does?
has like 3 needles in it.
What? You told me that it didn't.
Metal ones for poking your eye out.
You told me that it didn't, so I wouldn't stab my face. So that it wouldn't stab my face.
Yeah, well, sorry. Anyway, yeah, those are all whip bags. So, this and this have my crochet blanket. This is my no frill sweater. This is Monsieur Plastique. This is some sock scraps. And I don't know. I don't know the rest. But those are not all my whips. I have more.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I don't make project bags. I don't know how to sew properly. Oh, and this one. This is my favorite one.
It's very pretty.
It's very pretty. It's from my friend Emilia.
Greenland. Oh my gosh.
And so is this one.
Yay! Wow.
I always use this one when I'm making socks. I love it. Do you want to see everything that's in my bags?
I can help.
Okay. Brace yourself.
For you.
Brace yourself.
Get a glass of water. Take a
Okay.
sip.
In this project bag, I have my Chrysler shawl. Ta-da! Can you take the fluff of it? Thank you. So this is the Chrysler shawl. Greenland.
Mm-hmm. And Germany.
How
and
is
Korea.
Greenland doing? Yeah, I think Emilia is watching, so she can totally put the link to her Etsy page. If not, I will put it in below the video at some point. It's beautiful. I love it. I also got like a little notions pouch that matches this one. And this one is holding my Chrysler shawl. Okay, one down. Next,
the pillow.
the pillow contains my Monsieur Plastique. And I'm working on one of the sleeves. It looks like this now. Yeah. That's Monsieur Plastique.
Your sweaters.
And pick the next one, Kara.
This one. All right.
This project bag was made by my friend Helga here in Iceland.
It's not working. My nails.
This one was made by my friend Helena in Finland. Oh, this doesn't have a project. It's just scraps of like worsted weight sock yarn, because I like to make scrappy socks out of this. And I've made quite a few in the past months for my friend.
Queen.
Bag queen.
Shut the one way.
Steven. This is also a project bag from my friend Helga here in Iceland. This one contains my no frills sweater that I'm doing out of tweed and mohair. Almost done with the body. Next project bag, please. It's really good to have a helper here. These go together, these two.
Okay.
These go together. This is from Dr. Dyeworks, who's a indie dyer here in Iceland. And this is from... Oh, what's the name? It's another indie dyer here in Iceland who gifted me this project bag. And I don't remember at the moment, but I'm sure it will come to me at some point. And this one contains... Oh, this one goes together. This one goes with them as well.
Are you kidding?
It's one project that has 3 project bags going.
It's huge.
And this is definitely a favorite. This one was made for me by my friend Tracy in Germany, and she gifted it to me last year at EYF. And she has a matching one too. And she made the project bag from scratch, and she even did weaving. She made this fabric and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful, and it's big, and I love it. So, what's the project in these 3 bags? Wow.
Dangerous.
Okay.
I have to change my position. I'm uncomfortable.
Oh. It's a crochet blanket. It's this one. I love all of them.
It's very you.
So yeah, this is my luxurious neat ripple hand-dyed leftover gray yellow themed crochet blanket. And the other project bags, like this one and this one, they contain some of the yarns that are supposed to go into this project. So they are full of little nuggets that will go into this crazy blanket. Thank you. I love the blanket too. It's gonna be amazing. Lucy's Ripple. Yeah, it's Lucy's Neat Ripple Attic 24. So yeah, in these are yarns. A lot of them. So I might have to make like 150 blankets. Maybe. If Steven keeps showing up at my house with all his leftovers, that's gonna happen. Are we done?
No. Yes, there's one left.
What the hell? Okay, I know what it is. I was like, what the hell is this?
How about this here?
This is Höst by Ellie of Skindier Knits. It looks really weird because it's like, I have to do the sleeves, but the pattern is really beautiful. Can you help me stretch it out a little bit?
Sure.
No,
how do I
like
do
this.
that?
Just
like
hold
that.
it.
Okay.
The pattern is really, 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 really pretty. And I love the yarn that I'm using. When me and Caritas, you look like Princess Leia. When me and Caritas went to Brighton in October. Yeah, I want to go back too. Sorry, I have fluff in my eye.
Me too.
We went to Yak, Yarn and Knitting, I think it's called Yak, the yarn store in Brighton, with Ellie and my friend, Jesus Christ, sorry, and my friend.
You're from Jesus Christ.
Her name is Carly, not Jesus Christ. Sorry, I really have something in my eyes. My friend Carly and Ellie and my friend Hildur from Iceland, we all went to Yak in Brighton, and Ellie helped me pick out this yarn for this project. And this is the yarn, and I really love it. It's really nice to work with, and I just have to get going with the sleeves. I don't know what I'm waiting. Well, I know. I got distracted.
You always do.
It happens.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ow.
What else? Is that all?
Yes. I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Once upon a time, when I was a baby knitter, I had a real problem with making socks. Now, how do I decide which project to work on? I just do this, and then I grab something, and I'm like, ooh, and then I just knit on it. It's easy. And if I'm bored, I just pick another one. And if I'm bored, I just pick another one.
Carol is knitting the Star Wars scarf.
Star Wars?
I want it. Give it, please.
Carol, can you please share the link for the Star Wars scarf? Because we want to see it. Thank you. Yeah, once upon a time when I was a baby knitter, I had a real problem with making a pair of socks. I always just made one. And my tension wasn't right, and they didn't really fit me. And it took like, if you're a sock knitter, you know this. It takes a while. So Stephen, you wouldn't know this. Anyway. So it takes a while to figure out your gauge, your adjustments, and like what you need to do to make your sock fit your feet. And thankfully we have basically the same kind of feet. So if I make socks for me, I can make socks for her easily. So it's easy. Anyway, once upon a time when I was a baby, sock knitter. Oh, hi, Olga. Hi. I hope you're good. Yeah, I made one sock, and then I made one other sock, and then I made one other sock, and it was just a mess. So one of the socks that I made is a beautiful sock. It has cables. I don't knit cables, people, but you know.
You were a baby. So.
I was a baby knitter. It's beautiful and it fits and it's amazing and you know, but I only have one. I just have one of these. So I have a friend called Pippa who is amazing. And she was like, give me the rest of the yarn and like let me know which pattern it was and I will finish the other sock for you. And I was like, oh, thank you. That was like 3 years ago. A few weekends ago, like 2 or 3 weekends ago, we had a dinner party and she was there and she was like, you never sent me the pattern. so of course she didn't finish the other sock. So maybe I should just finish it on my own. What do you think? Yeah, I think so. It's a beautiful pattern, but I'm such a mess sometimes. God. I love it. Look at this. It has cables. I don't do cables.
Why don't you do cables? What's the problem with cables?
I just don't like doing them. Is
it just annoying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can do them. I know how to do them. And I'm like, yeah, it just, I don't know what it is. It messes with my rhythm.
Okay.
My knitting rhythm. You had a business knitting socks?
Whoa.
That would be a really, really low profit business for me because
she doesn't do socks that much.
I do socks. I always have socks on my needles, but they're always for me.
Yes.
Or this kid. Or like friends or family. Because hi Anusika. Yeah, so socks are a lot of work, especially when you do them with like fingering weight yarn. And I think socks are absolutely a treat. Like if somebody gives you handmade socks, you know they like you. Just saying. So don't make socks for people that don't really appreciate knitting in general. That's my story.
They won't understand.
And I'm sticking to it. What else do we have? Okay, we've got, look how empty the wall is.
Oh, that's so boring. We have to put them back.
Let's put them all back.
Yes.
Is there something more?
No.
No, it's a sock.
It's not a sock. It was a sock.
It was a sock.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put all the project bags back where they belong.
And the pillow.
So much better.
Oh my gosh. So happy and colorful.
Yay! So who's gonna participate in the new Painting Bricks knit along shawl? I'm gonna show it again.
Do you have a knitting room?
Do I have a knitting room? Yes and no. I usually just knit here on this sofa that I'm sitting on. I usually just knit there. Sometimes I knit in bed, like just before I go to sleep. Show the border detail. Okay. Border details. No. I'm working on the border. It starts with this here, yellow brick road. And this is what it looks like. So yeah, about the knitting room. I mostly just knit here on my sofa all the time. But I do have a spare room, which is tiny, tiny, tiny. It's really small. And that's basically me and Steven's yarn room. It has a lot of yarn from him, not from me, from him. It has a lot of yarn for projects and some yarn that we can play with. And I am going to organize that room. Now it's just like I dump everything in there. And it's a little bit of a mess. My Christmas tree is in there and like random stuff. So I'm gonna, I did like fold, it's a fake tree. I did like take the branches off and like fold it and put it in the box, but it's in the yarn room. So I am going to organize it, put up some shelves, display the yarn properly, put a desk or like a table and put my sewing machine on it, because like I was saying a little bit earlier, I don't really sew. My mom is amazing when it comes to sewing. So I usually just buy fabric and pass it over, and I'm like, I want this. And she makes it and gives me, you know, the finished thing. Product, yes. So, but I really want to learn how to sew. And I had plans for my friend Tracy from Germany, who gave me this project bag. She was going to come and visit in April, and we were going to go to the Reykjavik Knitting Festival. But it has been cancelled, and so she's not coming. But I mean, she will come and visit me in Iceland eventually. Are you bored? Knit.
No.
Knit.
I want to go on TikTok.
Okay, go on TikTok and come back in like 20 minutes.
Okay. Is that when we do the dance?
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah.
Spoiler.
Don't they know?
Anyway, so I was when she was gonna be here, I have fabric ready for a skirt that I want to make that she has made like 150 million thousand copies of. So I was gonna ask her to help me and guide me through it. I know I can ask my mom, but I wanted my friend to help me. So yeah, I think I will like get the room organized, put up a desk and shelves for some of Steven's yarn, and just get it organized and really pretty so that I can just go in and work and do my stuff and then just close the door. I think I will use the sewing machine much more if it's out already. Ooh, Tracy, what are you saying? We can do a sewing session and she will show me how to make the skirt. Ooh. Okay, when I've put everything up, I will definitely take you up on that offer. Thank you. Yeah, so I know how to sew, basically. I mean, I can manage with like super easy stuff, but I don't know. I think the thing that's stopping me the most is the when I want to sew, I have to go into the room. I have to take the sewing machine out. I have to put it on the table. I have to there's a lot that goes into it instead of just being able to walk into the room and just start sewing or whatever. So I want to set that room up and make it really pretty, but I think it's not going to be the room that I knit in. I think this will still be my backdrop for knitting in the foreseeable future, at least. This couch is really comfy, and I really love, sitting here and watching TV or podcasts or whatever, and just, I like it here. So yeah. So, how have things been in your neck of the wood with this virus thing? Here, mostly everything is open. We do not have shortage of toilet paper. We are good. People did go a little bit crazy just over a week ago when they started the community restrictions, like you can't have more than this amount of people at the same place at the same time. And people did go a little bit crazy in the beginning, but I think it's evening out. We are mostly just staying home. Not only, I mean, I don't want to get sick, and I don't want other people to get sick either. So we are doing what we can to just minimize contact with other people. I try to check up on my friends as much as I can. The schools are still going, at least a little bit. They're going in, like Caritas, she's in the 9th grade and she goes in 2 days a week for 2 hours. And then they have online courses like through Google Classroom and stuff like that they have to work on and report to their teacher. They have some, they have to read a book and do a paper on it. I was working from home this past week. I work for it's a big company for Iceland. We have 650 people at the office, and it's on 6 floors. So they split each floor into 2 groups, and you can't go between floors. So I was in group B, and group B was working from home last week, and group A was at the office. And then tomorrow, on Monday, I go to the office for this week. And the group that was in the office is working from home. So we are taking turns, and we can't sit really closely to any other people. There is a cafeteria at the office, and they are giving out pre-packed meals, and you can only go down there in, I think it's a group of 10 to 20 people at any given time, and you have 15 minutes to eat, and before you enter the cafeteria you have to go and wash your hands, and so everything is kind of strict. I have a feeling that it's going to get even more strict. Maybe all of us will be working from home. I don't know. I mean, we are prepared. We are a tech company, so we are prepared, and I have my work computer and an extra screen and everything here and just ready. Of course, not all the projects that I'm doing I can't do remotely, but a lot of them. But it's just, you have to adapt and take it day by day, and just don't be an asshole. If the government is telling you to stay home and keep distance, just do it. It's not that hard. I mean, yes, I've had cases of cabin fever. I have. I love staying home. I love my home. It's cozy and nice. And I mean, there are few places that I'd rather be at than my house. I love it. But then when somebody's telling you, oh, you have to stay home, you're like, I want to go out. I want to travel. I want to blah, blah, blah. Like the minute somebody tells you you're not supposed to do something, yeah. I think that's one of the main problems, that people want to do what they're not supposed to do. So just don't be an asshole. Just stay home, knit, make some good food, bake. I made sourdough bread last week. Caritas made like we have a little jar, and she wrote down ideas of things that we can do every day. And I mean, we go out and we take walks, and it's not like you're not allowed to leave. Just don't be an asshole about it. That's basically what I'm saying. So, yeah. But I mean, I've been thinking a lot about like my knitting friends all over the world, because I mean, I have a lot of knitting friends all over. And I mean, I care about people, and I want everybody to be safe and healthy and happy, and just, most of the yarn stores here are doing deliveries. Like if you call them and you need something, they will deliver to your door, which is really nice. And if you're being like quarantined, if you're actually sick, they will usually call you and tell you we're dropping off your package at like 5 p.m. and they just leave it outside your door and let you know that it's there. So yeah, it is what it is. And we can definitely adapt to this situation. I know it's not the most fun thing in the world. I know it's an adjustment, but we should be able to adjust. Definitely. You just have to stay home more. And if you're not comfortable with staying home, then maybe you should just, I don't know, you can take steps in making your home more comfortable. Make blankets. Pull out all your project bags. Yeah. And like, of course, one of the perks here as well is you can get yarn at the grocery store. Yes, you can. Not all of them, but some of the big chains, they do have yarn right next to the toilet paper. So yarn, toilet paper, you're good. You're good. So yeah. But yeah, it feels like a nightmare. Yeah, I know. It definitely... I was talking to my mom on the phone a couple of days ago, and I was like, yeah, I remember like reading about like the plague and everything, like all those big diseases that made people really, really sick. I remember reading about it in history in school when I was growing up. And I remember at that time thinking, oh, wow, like that would never happen today. I was a kid, and I know better now. We've had these pandemics in different stages every now and again throughout history. But imagine how well off we are in this day and age. Most of us, not all of us, but most of us are able to shop online, do our work online, do this, like hang out with friends online, we can do so many things. And I also think if you can, I know not everybody can, but if you can, try to support your small businesses. Like, and of course, because we are knitters, try to support them by buying a skein of yarn or a project bag or, you know, whatever, if you can. I know that a lot of people can't, but maybe you can help them advertise or, you know, just, yeah. It's a weird situation for sure. I think it's really strange. And I don't think it's going to pass in like a month or two. I think it's going to take a lot longer. I don't know why. I'm not a doctor. I'm just talking about what comes to my mind. So, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, people are people are saying in the comments that Iceland is amazing for having yarn at the supermarket and doing home deliveries of yarn. I mean, yeah, it's good, but I don't know if they will allow it, you know. So, yeah. So what are your plans if you need to stay home, apart from knitting? I think I'm gonna start working on my yarn room pretty soon. I think I might go over. I have I'm looking at it right now. I have like a big chest. It's like a big chest. It has two cabinets and then it has drawers in the middle. I am going to go over it because it's full of all kinds of crafts, but mostly cross-stitch. Because I used to do a lot of cross-stitch and embroidery before I was a knitter with a capital K. So I'm going to go over that and try to sell some of it and maybe gift some of it away and just go over it because I definitely do not need all of it. I hardly do cross stitch anymore. I mean, I do a little bit here and there, but not as I used to. And I think I have some finished cross stitch and embroidery like finished pieces that I want to make project bags out of. I think that would be fun, like as a sewing project for myself. And what else do I want to do? I need to go over my clothes. I try to go over my clothes twice a year. Sorry. Yeah, I try to go over my clothes twice a year. I go through my cabinets and like if I haven't worn something for some time, I donate it to the Red Cross usually, or to a homeless shelter or like wherever. There are plenty of places that you can donate your fabrics and clothes to. And yeah, mostly I just want to do everything that I can to stay calm because I have been feeling some anxiety about this whole situation. I think I think most of you know that last summer I lost my sister, and after she had been sick for a year, and that kind of triggered some medical related anxiety. That is something that I've never experienced before, but it definitely triggered some of that. And that has been kind of messing with me a little bit. I'm doing my best not to let it affect me too much, and it's going okay, but sometimes I get really freaked out about random stuff. So I try to not read the news too much. I mean, I definitely keep updated on what you're supposed to do and what you can't do, and like all the latest guidelines. But I don't read all the news because that kind of triggers the anxiety. So I try to keep away as much as I can. What else? Checking in on your loved ones, have Skype meetings, have FaceTime calls, and just, yeah, we can make it. We can get through this. We are almost done, but me and Caritas have one more thing that we want to do. I teased about this in my stories on Instagram. So we are both a little bit, okay, I'm gonna call her. Kara! Kote! Okay, she's coming back. Maybe some of you in Europe will know about the Eurovision Song Contest. It's a big thing here in Iceland. So the Eurovision Song Contest got cancelled this year.
Which is very sad.
And we are really upset about it because one of our favorite singers won the competition here in Iceland, and his song would have been sent to, wasn't it in Rotterdam?
Mm-hmm.
To compete for Iceland. And now it's not happening. So we want to do a little dance. I'm not even kidding. Not kidding. So we are going to move stuff around for a little bit. Turn on the TV.
Okay.
And
Where's
pull
the
it.
remote? Where is the remote? Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Okay, we are moving stuff around. Let me see. I'm gonna encourage you all to get up. It's too dark.
Where is the remote? Oh, there it is.
I think it's too dark to have it here.
Just turn off the light.
Mm.
Or that was probably
Nope, it's because of the window.
Yeah, then
We need to put it over here.
there. Oh, okay. We have to move the table then.
Okay.
We're gonna put it over there. The big window so we don't have to move the table.
Okay, you all have to get up and what's the Icelandic Eurovision Song Contest song on YouTube. Stream it on your television or something. Get up and do the dance with us. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready, Kara?
Yes.
Hi, good. Hi, good.
No, you do it now.
I know I love you. I'm flying out to see how you feel about me. Cause I don't understand you. Oh, you lying till the last scream. When we first met, I will never forget. Cause in my love, I think I know you yet. We were bound together and forever. And I could never let you go. Baby, I can't wait to know. What do you think about things? Believe it, I will always be there, so you can tell me anything. I'll listen.
Get the cat.
We are together. There is anywhere that I would rather be. We could talk about just so you enjoy our company. It's been some time to know how to get high. As if the stars are starting to around together. Now I'm forever. And I will never let you go. Baby, I can't wait to know. What do you think about me? Believe it, I will always be there, so you can tell me anything and I'll listen. I don't know what to say. Girl, at least I'll be. Hey, baby, I can't wait to know. Why do you think about me? Believe it, I will always be there, so
Yay!
We just did that.
Yay! So anyway, that's our favorite song. And I would love it. I linked it and I will put the link down below this video. I would love it if you would practice the dance and do it on your Insta stories and share it with everybody because it's great and it keeps you moving and it keeps you occupied during this crazy time. So yeah, I'm exhausted.
I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
still up for more.
She's okay. Okay, I'm gonna end this now and I'm gonna finish the border of the shawl. Okay, Stephen? I'll send you a progress photo later. Thank you all so much for joining.